So what is new in Symbio 19.2? We have, for example, a few new features, which includes the advanced filtering and searching. We have the multiple selection of attributes. We also enhanced the project and the requirements view, so you have far more options to detail them. And now you can also consolidate user groups. And we also mentioned that earlier, that we will implement the ArchiMate method, and I'm going to show you what we already did. So I will jump into Symbio to show you what features we have now. So as you can see, I'm already logged in Symbio. As you can see, this is our user interface, and you can see our landing page. So the first feature I want to show you is the advanced filtering and searching. So therefore, for this feature, let's just imagine you as an author in Symbio want to know in which processes you are the author and where are the responsibles. Just to now, it was not that easy to get this information, but now we have this kind of filtering that you go, for example, in the list, and we have this new icon in the toolbar, which is the loop. And if you click on it, you have now the new opportunity to filter for informations. For example, you can search for some buzzwords which is included in the name, which is included in the description, and which is included in the ID. But really interesting is these kind of functionalities that you now can also select for type, stereotypes, versions, the state, responsible, and author. So for example, I want to see in which processes my user, I'm logged in as the author, is participated. So I just click on it, and the filtering shows me all elements where I am the author. So besides of this, so again, besides of this, I can also look for the responsibles, who is also responsible for the process, and also I can look for the sub-processes. So as you can see, we have also the main processes and also scenarios, but I only want to see the sub-processes, and Symbio is filtering these informations and displaying them. So it's not just for the listing in the processes, it also works for any kind of attribute list. For example, if I want to include to this process step an input or an output, I can just click on the on this icon, and as you can see, we have implemented the filtering also here in this attribute list. So it's working in any kind of list. We can also search for the versions that you only want to see, the released versions, and so on. Come on. So besides of the processes, it also works for, of course, all the views we have in Symbio for organization, products, and also if I am searching for something in the global search, this filtering is also included. So as you can see, I can get faster to my informations and also to the informations I want. So the next feature I want to show you is the multiple selection functionality. So as you know, in Symbio, you if you want to add some informations in the detailed content, you have to select it one by one. And now we've started to implement the multi-selection, We have started it with the filtering criteria, so just have a look how it looks like. So we want to add some organizations and locations, for example, and if we go to the list, we can open the tree and select, for example, the parent, and if you select the parent, all the child attributes are also selected, as you can see here. You can also select just one organization and also multiple organizations in other trees, like for example, the quality manager here in this process. So after we selected this, Symbio takes all the three criteria. Not only in the listing, in the hierarchical attributes it is possible, also for the list attributes, for example, the locations who are not in a tree listed. We can also select here multiple attributes, for example, Munich, Dortmund, and Cape Town. And after selecting this, all the three locations are now in the filtering criteria. So as you can see, it is now way easier to select the attributes. We are going to implement this multi-selection also for other attributes, but this is the first point. So the filtering is, to set the filtering is way easier now. So the next thing we have now in Symbio, or we enhanced in Symbio, is the project view. As some of our customers are really working with this project view, we now enhance the method in the project view, so you can you have now the project key figures where you can set up the starting date and the end date, and also some of the new attributes. For example, you can also structure the projects below projects. You can also link the projects now with milestones. For example, the requirements are analyzed, prioritized, and approved, and far more information. So after selecting all this information, you have a far more scope of your projects, just to set up a holistic view over your project portfolio. So next to the project, we also enhance the requirements. So here, Etienne and Francois will later tell you a little bit more how to work with requirements in Jira. But what is new in Symbio now is that you can also structure the requirements below requirements. We transferred the stereotypes to the requirement details, and you can now also add some user story descriptions. For example, I have here the requirement automated newsletter generation, which is important for the marketing, for me as a marketing manager, and I want to generate automated content for the customers, and every customer gets his personalized news. So this is a requirement, and I can also link this requirement with another requirement. So we have the whole view of our requirement management. And of course, you can also combine your requirements with your processes and also with your projects. Then going further with the consolidation of user groups, since we have an enhanced permission set, and you have to set up user groups to use them, we now can also consolidate. So by consolidating, we mean combining user groups to one master user group. For example, I have here the master user group, and I want to have all the users in these user groups here inside. So just click on it and select all the other user groups. So, and all of these users and also the permission set is now combined to one. This is useful if you are going to change your user group after using them, and you want to just edit something, and therefore it is necessary not to delete the user groups and to combine it with something new. Last but not least, we have the ArchiMate method, and therefore I'm going to show you how this now looks. The ArchiMate method is implemented in the system facet, so we can now add far more information to the systems, included applications, for example, the interfaces we use, the integration we have for this process, for the system, and so on. And after going to the graphical view, you will see all the connections which is regarded to your system. So we have Symbio, we have here the configurations and the microservices. We have the services, the nodes. We have also some upcoming interfaces like Azure DevOps or Confluence. We have the existing interface to the Solution Manager and Jira, which we'll hear you later on. And we have also some services which is actually in Symbio. So this is the first step we did with the ArchiMate method, and the next thing will that you can also combine these the systems also with other systems and set up a holistic view of your systems like in the process view.